allow me to provide a few reflections and 3 concrete examples from my role as double-headed Deputy SRSG and Resident Coordinator in Libya. First, tailoring support means starting from country realities, not institutional categories. Libya, a remarkable country, is a country in protracted political transition, considerable fragmentation, and with divided institutions, an economy almost entirely dependent on oil, yet affected by persistent illicit flows. Like many other countries, it does not fit any single category. It is a development, humanitarian, peacebuilding, economic governance, and migration challenge at once, often in the same place and at the same time, and often addressed by the same national partners. With the understanding of the interconnection between the challenges and with stronger anchoring in national and sub-national realities, the UNCT in Libya, under my leadership, is committed to developing integrated approaches that respond to immediate emergencies, while in parallel building medium to long-term resilience and policy coherence, meaning being able to respond in the immediacy while not losing focus on the longer term. At the heart of our efforts is our determination to ensure that UN support is configured around the specific combination of vulnerabilities, opportunities, and priorities the country faces, aligned with its priorities. Together with me and enabled by me as an RC, the UNCT is tailoring its support driven by national priorities rather than by institutional mandates or sectoral silos. In complex settings, coordination is not an administrative function, but a development function, an enabling, connecting function that drives delivery behind national priorities. In a setting where challenges are interconnected, governments must engage humanitarian actors, development agencies, IFIs, and bilateral partners at once, often through the same overstretched institutions. Our mission is to connect them. How did we do this in Libya? I will give 3 concrete examples. First, stronger cross-pillar coherence and coordination, as well as coordination with international and national partners, obviously. Integration between the UN country team and the UN mission, the political mission, and addressing drivers of instability, but at the same time, the driver of stability. First, we saw the humanitarian reset as an opportunity to repurpose the humanitarian country team into an operational humanitarian development humanitarian development peace advisory group for donor coordination, but also as a substantive platform for policy dialogue driving coherence, integration, and national partnerships. And in April this year, I launched an ambassadorial-level development partners dialogue, which I co-chair with a rotating member state. The first meeting drew very strong engagement from embassies, IFIs, and UN entities and government. Our priority now will be to ensure that these platforms evolve beyond strategic exchanges and information-sharing mechanisms and become more implementation-oriented and strategically useful coordination forums capable of supporting practical follow-up, policy coherence, and linkages between the technical development and political discussions. The lesson is clear. As resources tighten, coordination is what still guarantees a country's access to the full UN offer. It is not an overhead. It is what makes delivery possible, and no actor can do it alone. Number 2, UN country team and UN mission integration. One of the most important lessons from Libya is that complex challenges increasingly require integrated responses that bring together development, humanitarian, human rights, peacebuilding, and political perspectives. I am pleased to report that the integration between the UN political mission in Libya and the UN country team in Libya works, driven by strong joined-up leadership and facilitated by the Resident Coordinator Office, and with a joint cooperation framework as our common anchor for strategic planning and implementation. The intention is not only to strengthen analytical and policy capacities, but also to position the UN more effectively in accompanying and aligning the Libyan-led processes, and to concretely deliver what development can offer to stability and resilience. The evidence is there. Where the UN is structured and supported to act as one, it delivers as one. Number two, economic governance is increasingly becoming a driver of stability, but has been often a driver of instability. So Libya's experience demonstrates that economic governance challenges are often at the heart of broader development, governance, and stability concerns. I was given the task through Security Council Resolution 2796 last year to set up an integrated economic unit to address the question on strengthening economic governance. And this brings together capacities from the UN mission, from the Resident Coordinator Office, from relevant UN entities such as UNDP and such as UNODC, as well as strengthening partnerships with IFIs, in particular IMF, the World Bank, and the African Development Bank. As a driver for overall stability and vice versa, economic governance requires joint analysis, shared engagement strategies, and coordinated support across multiple UN entities and partners. We now work with national institutions such as the National Central Bank of Libya, such as the National Audit Bureau, the Attorney General, and other relevant actors to support dialogue on economic reform and accountability. What is clear is that a modular presence of the United Nations teams on the ground is absolutely essential to be able to deepen partnerships and to remain relevant over time. It means that, one, you have a temporary need for specific capacities, but that capacities doesn't necessarily need to be based in the country for a longer period of time. So it really needs to be a very modular, on-demand, expertise-driven presence. In closing, countries do not experience their challenges in silos, and neither should we. Our host governments and you, member states, in this chamber are not asking for separate humanitarian, development, political or economic responses. You are asking, and we are asking, for integrated solutions. Achieving this will be the measure of our collective success. Thank you very much.